In fact, I'm here to share with you a very painful experience I spent in Iraq, 3.5 years experience in Iraq. And obviously, I will not go into details because the details, you will find them in the book, The Untold Story of Camp Ashraf. But in fact, I went to Iraq to defend and promote human rights. That's what I went to Iraq for. Unfortunately, I found myself doing exactly the opposite. I was not promoting human rights. I was not protecting human rights. I was rather facilitating the persecution of a defenseless population of Camp Ashraf. I met yesterday a delegation of human rights defenders from Iraq. They told me, you owe us another book. They told me, you owe us another book about human rights in Iraq. And indeed, I owe them that book. Because my experience in Iraq, it extends beyond Camp Ashraf. And the situation of human rights in Iraq, it needs all the attention of the United Nations and its member states. UNAMI worked to implement a rising dictatorship in Iraq, a policy of a rising dictatorship in Iraq, as documented in the Council of Ministers decision of 17 June 2008. We become an instrument in the hand of a government to fight, to defeat the core values of the United Nations. I will refer to the United Nations mission in a meeting, UNAMI's meeting with the government of Iraq in Amman, 29th of September 2011. The representative of the government in the presence of UNHCR said to us, we will not apply the standards of the United Nations, humanitarian standards or human rights. So UNAMI, together with the government of Iraq, we have changed the mandate of UNHCR, because the UNHCR is told, do the work, but it will have no value, and the government of Iraq will not recognize such work. And we signed the Memorandum of Understanding for the purpose of evicting people from a camp where they lived for 26 years. This is why I call them bad practices. And this is why, as a civil society, NGOs, we should keep reminding the United Nations that bad practices should be fought, should be eliminated. We should encourage good practices. We should look for them everywhere they take place and be conducted by them. But we must also keep reminding the United Nations that when crimes take place, they must be investigated, because the crimes that took place in Ashraf could amount to crimes against humanity.